Okay, okay, good. Good afternoon again. So we'll now be having our pre-bid conference for this afternoon. So before we'll start with the discussion, so I think there will be 8 projects for discussion this afternoon. So before we'll proceed, I will call the attendance first. For the bidding and awards committee, we have our back chairperson, Alfredo E. Hernandez. For our back members, we have Jeremiah Gabuya, yours truly, Maria Dolores B. Salazar, Jimel Rod E. Talingting. For our back secretariat, we have Liasia Mariti Roma, Beatriz Citano, Danilo Sidaan, Marnel A. Lakay, and Raymond R. Mateo. For our technical working group, we have our technical working group head, Arnel A. Branzuela. For the members, we have Mark Adonis L. Villar, Winmar Apelinia, Trisha Robisa A. De la Cruz, and Francis C. Cañete. Now, for representative from the construction firm who are present this morning, we have only one. That is from Judge and L Construction and Engineering Services. We have Leonie W. Yap. So, Mr. Chair, we are in quorum for this pre-bid conference. Okay, so proceed with the discussion.
For our first project with the contract ID 26HH0068, contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects Alleviating Gaps, Access Roads and/or Bridges from the National Roads leading to major strategic public buildings or facilities, construction of road station 2700 to station 2980, Barangay Bonbon, Cebu City, and approved budget for the contract of 9,496,200 pesos only, and contract duration of 150 calendar days. Source of funds GAA FY 2026. So here we have the net length for this project is 280 meters. Then we have the location plan for this project. We also have the geotag photos for easy navigation for this project. Then proceeding to the scope of work, we have surplus common excavation. We also have structure excavation, pipe culverts and drain excavation, and we also have embankment. And for the PCCP, we have subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, PCCP 0.20 meters thick, 7 days carrying. Then for the drainage structures, we have pipe culverts, line canal, stone masonry, and concrete curb. So this plan ranges from 5 to 6 meters in width, 200 millimeters aggregate sa base course, then 910 mm reinforced RCPC. Here we have the general notes and technical specifications for this project. And here we have the typical roadway sections. As you can see, left side line canal. We also have the shoulder on the right side. Mm, Here we have the super elevated section for this roadway. Still left side line canal. Then here we have the typical roadway section with the right side stone masonry. Then lastly, the cross drain. Left side catch basin, then right side stone masonry. I think that's all for this project.
To continue, we have the contract ID 26HH0069 with a contract name, Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating Gaps, SIPAG, access roads and or bridges from the national roads, leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, rehabilitation of road with drainage, station 0 plus 163 to station 0 plus 288, Barangay Padilla, Cebu City, Cebu, with an ABC amount of 9,504,040 pesos only, and a contract duration of 170 calendar days. So for this contract, this project, we have a net length of 125 linear meter, and the location niya is sa Barangay Tipadilla. Specifically kanang sa ato ang um, main road sa Tipadilla ang area, no. Uh, mo ni siya dire ang sa Tipadilla area nato. This is the main road, Imos Avenue, and then the MJ Cuenco. So this project is mura siyang 125 meters from this bridge to padong sa Tipadilla Market, no. So also we have the coordinates para um, makita rin ninyo sa map. So this is the zoom in, no, or the detailed map niya for the location map. And then for the typical section, we'll be constructing a box culvert intended to drain na to ang inundation din na sa area sa Tipadilla. Outfall na to ang Laug River. So also we have the typical na to nga PCCP. Ang thickness niya is 300 mm. And then also we'll provide sidewalk as cover and line canal, no. Magkonta og line canal bag-o. Also curve and gutter, and then the uh, steel grating na to nga manhole cover. Also naay mga detailed diri for depression sa atong sidewalk. So basically mo na ni siyang scope na to for this contract ID 26HH 0069.
Moving to the next, contract ID 26HH0070, contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects Alleviating Gaps, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings or facilities, construction of road station 2,600 to 2,870, Barangay Sirao to Barangay Goba, Cebu City, with the ABC amount of 23,422,000 pesos only. Contract duration of 105 calendar days and source of funds GAA FY 2026. So, as you can see, the net length for this project is only 270 meters only, and the location for this project is along the national road. Then we also have the coordinates for this project so that we can easily navigate through the site. And then next is summary of quantities. The scope of work for this project includes surplus common excavation, structure excavation, pipe culverts and drain excavation, embankment, and for the PCCP we have subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, PCCP 0.20 meters thick, 7 days curing, and for the drainage structures for the catch basin we have reinforcing steel, grade 40 structural concrete, and for the drainage structures pipe culverts 910 mm, line canal, stone masonry, concrete curb, and lastly, we have guardrail. Then this project, the width of the road for this project ranges from 5.2 to 8 meters width, 200 thick aggregate sub-base course, then 36 inches diameter RCPC. Here we have general notes and technical specifications for this project. Then we have the typical roadway section. Here we have left side guardrail and right side canal. We also have the concrete curb. And then next section, we have the cross drain. Right side catch basin. Then left side stone masonry with 5.6 meters in width. I think that's all for this project.
Good afternoon. For our next project, we have contract ID 26HH0071, Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating Gaps or SIPAG, access roads and or bridges from national roads, leading to major strategic public buildings facilities. Construction of road with slow protection structure, Station 6 plus 700 to Station 7 plus 420, Barangay Bonbon, Cebu City, Cebu. Our approved budget for the contract is 37,984,800. Contract duration is 234 calendar days, and our source of fund is GAA FY 2026. So our net length of the project is 720 meters. Project is located after Boot Barangay Hall. This is the continuation of the previous project, uh, year 2025. So this is our start. Then we end after 720 meters. This one. And our summary of quantities. We have removal of existing structures, PCCP. We also have removal of concrete, surplus common excavation, structure excavation for the slope protection, pipe culverts and drain excavation for the drainage structure, embankment from roadway structure excavation, gravel fill for the drainage structure also. For the main road, we have the subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, and we have the PCCV pavement, 0.2 meter thick, 14 days. Reinforcing steel grade 40 and structural concrete is for the slope protection structure. Then we also have the paint for the concrete curb. Then we have the pipe culverts and line canal for our drainage structure, the masonry also for the slope protection, and lastly, the concrete curb precast. This one is the general notes and technical specifications of the project. Then we have our details for the billboard. And we have the typical roadway section. First is the section for normal crown. Then we have super elevated section with the right side line canal. And next is the section with stone masonry at the left side and also uh, line canal at the right side. Then next is the details for the super elevation and horizontal and vertical curves. Also, we have the structural detail for two-lane pavement. Then we also have these safety control devices at sites. Then traffic management. Also, we have the typical pavement marking details. And this one is the line canal details. Also included is the detail of curb. Then we have the catch basin details and our store masonry details. And lastly, the details for the RCPC. And that's all for this project.
To continue, we have the 26 HH0075. 001, ensure safe and reliable national road system, asset preservation program, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, primary roads, and Bacalso Avenue, Cebu South Road with section ID S0004CB, kilometer 4 plus minus 014 to kilometer 4 plus 134 Cebu City with an ABC amount of 128,538,965 pesos and a contract duration of 313 calendar days. So we have a total length. We have two lines for this one. We have line 1, we have 267 meters. And for the line 2, we have the same 267 meters and a total length of 534 meters for this contract. The location of this contract is the National Highway nato, just kanang ubos gyud sa ato ang Mambaling flyover. Di na mag-rehabilitate ta sa ato ang drainage canal din na. So for this vicinity map, naadire sa may Mambaling Elementary School, and then also gikan pod sa Kinalumsan Bridge. So kana nga stretch na to, no, mo cross siya kanang dinaubos sa Mambaling flyover. So kana ang atong i-address nga project for kay magbaha ang gyud na usually. So start of project sa bridge nato, Kinalumsan Bridge, and then mo enta sa may Mambaling Elementary School. So for the typical section, we have the typical box culvert cross section nato, no. Also included sa ato ang scope is the kaning curb and gutter nato. And then also sidewalk for this box culvert nato. On top is a sidewalk na niya, no. And also for the manhole covers. So this is the typical reinforced box culvert details with schedule sa iyang rebars. So basically, that's all for this contract 26HH0075. To continue.
To continue, we have contract ID 26HH0072. Contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects Alleviating Gaps, SIPAG, access roads and or bridges from national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities. Construction of road with slope protection structure, Station 2 plus 700 to Station 3 plus 120, Barangay Buisan, Cebu City, Cebu. The approved budget for the contract is 84,157,650 pesos. Contract duration is 180 calendar days. And our source of fund is GAA FY 2026. So our net length for this project is 420 meters. The location of this project starts after the previous project, also from 2025 project. Also the same title, this one. We have the construction of road with slope protection structure. Then going to Buisan Elementary School, this one, so as you can see here. Then for our summary of quantities, we have a removal of PCCP, 0.2 meter thick. Then for our roadway, we have surplus common excavation, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, and PCCP pavement, 0.2 meter thick, 7 days. For our slope protection, we have structure excavation, shoring and cribbing, and also we have the item 404 and 405, reinforcing steel and grade 40 and structural concrete, and also the stone masonry. Then for our drainage structure, we have pipe culverts and drain excavation, gravel fill, uh, line canal, rectangular reinforced, concrete covers, manhole, and for road safety, we have metal guardrail and also metal beam and piece. This one is the general notes and technical specifications involved in this project. Then we have our legends and symbols, then our typical roadway section. First is we have the slope protection structure at the right side. Then we also have this one, the structural steel sheet pile at the left side. And this one, only the typical, only the slope protection at the right side. Then we have the typical slope protection elevation also. Then the reinforcing line canal details, also the catch basin details, then details for the RCPC. This one is for the slope protection details with the corresponding dimensions for the beam and columns, and also our ground anchor details. The next is our outfall slope protection details. Then our sheet pile details. Then are also the guardrail details. The details for the super elevation and horizontal and vertical curves. Also the PCCP details also. Then we have our traffic management. And lastly, we have the billboards detail. That's all for this project.
So our next project is titled Locally Funded Projects, National Building Program, Buildings and Other Structures, Multipurpose Facilities, Construction of DPWH, Cebu City District Engineering Office, Building, Cebu City. The contract ID of this project is 26H80073. The ABC of this project is 49 million and its contract duration is 180 calendar days. The source of funds of this project is GAA FY 2026. So, and also the doors and windows on the ground floor going to second floor, and the painting works for the ground floor and second floor, and also the electrical works for the ground floor and second floor, and also the mechanical works for the air conditioning for the ground floor and second floor, and lastly is um, the partition walls for the ground floor and the second floor. That's all for this project. Thank you.
Okay, to continue, next project, the contract ID 26HH0074, contract name locally funded projects, National Building Program, buildings and other structures, multipurpose facilities, construction of integrated multi-level parking facility and training hall building of DPWH Cebu City District Engineering Office, B. Soto Street, Cebu City. The ABC is 103,880,000. Contract duration is 182 calendar days. And the source of fund is GAA FY 2026. So this is the perspective of our upcoming steel parking and multipurpose hall site dev, and this is the floor plan. This probably this will be the proposed plan, but I think we discussed with DE na baka ma-transfer yung mga opisina dyan dun sa kabila. Oh, yung yan ma'am ba? Yung sa mechanical sa ano yan sa maintenance. Kasi nasa baba sila ngayon. Then yung property. So kung matapos yung building niya sa kabila, baka ma-transfer na rin sila doon sa kabila. Doon na sila. Hopefully, makuha natin din yung ibang extra lot doon sa kabila after na mag-widening. Kasi kakausapin pa daw ni DE yung si director. Hopefully, makuha natin yung extra lot. So, if ever na makuha na, transfer sila doon, ma-convert ito na parking na lahat dito. Hopefully, kasi yung parking natin, kulang-kulang pa sir eh. So, marami tayong mga bisita sa kabila, ma'am. So, this is the ground floor. And then, going up, most likely, more on parkings talaga. Then hanggang sa 4th floor. Then, after that, sports complex, parang multipurpose hall din natin, activity area. Meron na din kasama din mga CRs, male and female, meron din elevator, electrical rooms and other facilities. Then meron din diyan na mezzanine sa baba sa taas for yung parang fitness gym tsaka bleachers for viewing. So ang scope namin parang nasa structural lang lahat yung ano natin sir, yung sa budget natin kasi medyo mataas din. Tsaka steel ang na design ng structural engineer natin. Pero inaantay pa namin yung details talaga ng structural kasi hindi pa nabigay sa amin ang mga plano niya, sir. Yung mga connection details, lahat ng mga schedule of beams, columns, saka footings, nandun na sa designer pero hindi pa naibigay sa amin, sir. So, hopefully kausap na ni DE yung designer kasi wala pang and hopefully matapos din namin, mabuo din namin yung mga structural elements niya from foundation to roofing. Kasi medyo komplikado din yung sa roof namin kasi medyo parang curved. While the architectural naman, hindi naman siguro tapos din namin lahat ito, sir, kasi kulang-kulang pa rin budget natin sa structural pa. Initial pa lang yan, sir, kasi based on sa namin, parang nasa mga 200 yata. Sa more or less, 200 plus. Finish na yun ng buo. Kasama na yun mga mechanical, functional na. Pero based on sa structural naman, ma'am, kung partial lang naman, parking lang naman lahat yung ano. Oo. So hopefully if ever na pwede magamit na yun sa second saka third ganun. So I think that's all for this project. Wala na. Wala, I think wala na, ma'am. Wala na spectators.
Okay, so I think that's all and good afternoon once again.